Hey, I just got in. T Ski dropped me off. Hey T. It is still 8/10, 2018, 11:59 p.m. 23:59 hours. I got in from this great play. I really enjoyed the play. I'm going to review it and just speak about domestic violence in general. The play is titled Faceless Shadows. Stage play Why I Care organization presents Faceless Shadows. Doors open at 6 p.m. And it's at this beautiful school named in a great namesake of a school, Coretta Scott King Young Women's Leadership Academy Theater. I was communing with the spirit of Coretta Scott King. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Pull a little lick out. Oh my heavens! With all due respect, I didn't even know that school existed. I have to do this review with the lamp on. Can y'all see? I hope y'all can't see me. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's been topless and girl boxes. You don't want to see Big Mama. I get paranoid. I usually like to do these things in the dark. Pardon me, I have half and half lemonade, half tea with some vodka. It's delicious. Add a little extra lemon juice, lime juice rather, because I want a little more tart. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Okay, now about the beverage. So, I got the tickets for me and T as a birthday gift for her. Shout out to all the Leos. Y'all season is still in effect. Okay, the stage play. I met the writer now. I met the writer, Shawnee Sanders. Hi, girl. Hey, girl, mama. I met her at Wandah show. Was it last Sunday? I met her mom. That was just a great show, meeting all the ladies there that evening. Had a good time. We celebrated T. We've been celebrating T's birthday like all week long. Happy birthday again, sis. And so I said, yeah, we'll go see the play. Absolutely. And I love theater. I have a theater background in the 90s. When I was in my 20s, I did some off-Broadway with Titus Walker. Absolutely love. The theater is so magical, you know, that your audience is there. It's real time. Not to take anything away from film or, TV. Not to take anything away from that. That's still hard work, rehearsals, table reads, and things of that nature. But absolutely, theater, stage. Soon as you hit the stage, it's on. That's it. Loved it. I love the theater. I love that whole school. I don't have any daughters. I have a granddaughter. If she were to live with me, I would surely try to get her in that school. Oh my goodness. Is it new? I have to do the research on the school itself. Absolutely love the building. I love the energy. Hold on. So the play, to my understanding, is based on the book. Now, the book is called Victims of Her Silent Pain, Letters of Forgiveness, a novel by Shawnee Sanders. And it was inspired by real-life tragedy, if you will. Someone told me to stop calling things like this tragedies. They said, you know, I got that from the book, too. What is the guy, the author of that book? Is it Eric Jerome Dickey? Or one of those books from back in the days I read in the 90s. And he was at some sort of office meeting or somewhere, and someone made the mistake of telling him that slavery is a tragedy. He said, no, it's not. No, it's not. That is a tragedy is an airplane crash or something like that. Slavery is genocide. Yeah, that's what that was. And that was so profound. So ever since I read that, I began to look at the words tragedy differently. But however, this work, this artistic work, is born out of, inspired out of a real life crime that happened to the author's sister. And I'm going to read this book and probably do a review on this. I'm still reading Culture Vultures by Damon Dash. And I had put Iyanla Vanzant's book. I still have a little bit of Iyanla Vanzant's book to read, her memoir, Interiors. I put that down to pick up Dame Dash book. Y'all know what that is. You get a book in the mail, like, oh God, I can't wait. Let me just start it now. So now I'm feeling that with this. I'm going to start reading this and then put Dame Dash book down. And trust me, I'll get to finish everything. I got it inscribed. I feel so fortunate to have gotten it inscribed. by she and her mom. And I just love her mom. The strength, just resilient strength of her mom. I remember years ago, Oprah had, this was it the 90s? I don't remember. When Oprah went off the air, y'all, 2009? But she did, yeah, it was way before then. She had moms on who have, of parents, not parents, the moms. I think the organization, even though it was still in existence, is an acronym MOMS, Moms of Murdered Sons. And the strength and resilience that these women shown on that Oprah stage, wow, you know what I mean? Just the strength of mothers who have been through so much. But they came to mind when I looked at this mom, and she inscribed it to me. Yadi, thank you for being a positive person, for being the positive person that you are. I love Mama D. I call her Mama D for Detroit, where they're from. And then Shawnee said, Yadi, thank you for your support. She wrote, God bless. Of course, you know, I'll say ancestor blessings. You know, I'm always into etymology. But the heart is there, the intent. And, you know, I love inscribed books. I do. I love books, good books, period. But let me see if I can just read you a little bit from the book so you can get an idea, feel of how the play was inspired and born. Okay, it says, the book you're about to read came to life after so much death took place in my spirit. I had no idea what God's plan was for my life after my sister tragically lost her own life. I never imagined I would ever want to hear from the person that murdered her. I battled with God on completing this book. Some nights I didn't even want to open my laptop. But after many sleepless nights, I would go back and constantly read over the letters between Angie and herself. I ended up finding my courage and strength through the letters we sent over the course of 6 years. I talked to God and I said, I won't give up. I won't give in. I will help save a life today. This is for all the victims of domestic violence and their families. I dedicate letters of forgiveness to all of those that were directly and indirectly affected by domestic violence. I pray for your strength, and I will continue to be a voice for those that are often unheard and misunderstood. Most importantly, my sister. Her sister name was Cece, my bookable. That was her nickname for her. May you continue to rest with the Lord. I love you. I will not stop fighting to bring awareness against domestic violence and being a help to young women, to the woman that took you from me. Thank you for sharing your story. And always remember, I forgive you. Is that not profound? Completely and utterly emotional maturity. Wow. I mean, I just look at she and her mom as just pillars of strength. And then the acknowledgement continues on the next page. She says to her mom, just so strong and beautiful, beautiful women. Inside and out, beautiful. Shout out to all the lovely women tonight that I encountered. I've interfaced with another paparazzi sister. Shout out to you. We took pictures. I even told her someone to cement it. I'm on Cement's team, as y'all know, the heist. Okay, be a heister, alrighty. If you're interested in being a heister, let me know in the comments. I'll give you further information. Paparazzi jewelry. If you want to know more about that, let me know. I'm at my site is hellothere23.com. Hello there, the number 23.com. I'll give you more info if you're interested. But just the vendors, just lovely women. Shout out to Wandah, Tanya, Candy. Beautiful, beautiful sisters. And the Virgo director, your name escapes me now. We had a cute moment. I knew she was Earth. I was like, are you a Taurus or Capricorn? She was like Virgo. I felt the Earth. She still may have Taurus or Capricorn on the ascendant. I digress. I do that a lot in these videos. Oh, on my channel. This is your first time hearing a Wandah wisdom video. Wandah with an H. Hold on. All right, so the acknowledgements continue. To my mother, you are an amazing woman, and I have learned so much from you. I continue to pray for your strength You always told me that I would feel better when I realized how God is working in my life, and that every time you read the Bible, it will bring you understanding. I thank you for that. To our family, we have endured, but God is able always. Love you all. You can read the rest. Please get the book, Letters of Forgiveness. I will do a review once I finish it on this channel here. And she just continues to thank other family members here. A photo credit. Let me read the back flap of the book to give you more insight. Okay. What happens when the person who murdered your sister asks you for forgiveness? Two women's lives cross paths when one woman murdered the other woman's sister years ago. From the walls of her prison cell, Angie begins to send Sandy Lee letters. Truths are revealed and faith is tested as Sandy Lee must come to terms that the very person who killed her sister now wants forgiveness. Throughout the transfer of letters, Sandy Lee gained empathy for Angie, her children, and her family as well. This created the blueprint for her own healing from the loss of her sister, Cece, being killed by Angie in a fit of rage. Based on true events, discover the power of love and forgiveness as you witness these ladies' journey, overcoming a gruesome past. About the author. Shawnee is a God-fearing advocate against domestic violence, a devoted wife and mother from Decatur, Georgia. Shawnee enjoys spending quality time with her family and members of her Creative Calling book club. Creative Callings book club, that's cool. She has been involved with community service and been an advocate against domestic violence for 12 years and has given back to her community selflessly. She is the founder of the Why I Care 20. I wonder what the 20 is about. I may ask her an email. Why I Care 20, that's the name of the organization. I may be able to Google. Pardon me, y'all. Y'all already know how I read and on my channel and everything. If you're not used to eccentric energy, you found it here. Okay, let me continue. Why I Care program, which is designed to assist at-risk youth. You know, Sandy, I'm not going to let Sandy, her last name is Shawnee. You and Angela Staton should definitely get together. Angela Staton, Google her. I love the work she does too, from what I've researched. Okay, let me continue. She is one of the co-founders of the Triple P Impact, which is a program designed to give back to homeless women and domestic violence victims. She is always encouraging others to remove themselves from violent relationships and has been known to be the go-to person when someone is in need. She searches God's will for her life daily and always puts her I Can Save the World cape on. Learn more at whycare20.com. Okay, it has a website. So I'm excited to start reading this, but I took notes. I didn't have paper handy. So I just so happened to put my notes for what I was watching on the stage this evening was already at the last night rather, right here in the back of the book. It has a couple of blank pages back here. So the play opens with a very intense scene of a child being abused by his mom's hand before the mom is getting ready for church. But it's like a dual scene. Like if it were a movie, it would like have that dual effect, if you will. Because it's the child in one part of the stage being abused by the mom as she prepares for church. And on another part of the stage is that same child, but as a grown man, waking up from a nap because he had a nightmare of the abuse he suffered as a kid at the hand of his mom and an older man. I'll get to that in a minute. So in the scene when the mom is getting ready for church and she abuses him, a man comes in who appears to be, diffusing that, breaking up that abusive scene between mother and child. But then the son says something like, don't touch me. You have to catch it though. I'm not going to give too many spoilers. You have to catch it. And even T looked at me and was like, did the son just say don't touch me? So it's like two different forms of abuse. One is with a belt, and the other is possibly pedophilia, child molestation. Which abuse is worse? No need to compare. Abuse should not happen at all in any form. On a child, on anyone. And you know what I mean? And someone knocks at the door. There's a Keisha, when something is set in an urban area, there's a Keisha in this play. It turns out Keisha, the daughter, because kids are very impressionable, and DNA matters too. The DNA is nothing but encoding in your blood. So once the DNA is activated, you act out these things, these information encodings that you got from your parents, your grandparents, ancestors. Just generational information in your bloodstream is either dormant or it's active. And once you act it out, it activates that. From what per the studies I sat for, say if you had a pilot in your ancestral line, a pilot, and something in you says, I want to take pilot lessons. I just want to learn how to fly. You don't know why you want to learn how to fly a plane. Maybe you saw a movie, something you saw, something you took a flight, who knows, something triggered that desire. And then you take the class, you're like, wow, I'm doing this really easy. I'm getting a hang of this pretty quickly, like a quick study. Chances are someone in your DNA lineage was a pilot in a past life. But I said that to say that the daughter Keisha's two daughters, Keisha and Alicia, and the mom eventually has a baby. And the daughter, Keisha, beats on her sister, Alicia. And oddly enough, that activates, seeing her dad do it, then her bloodstream activate in that vein. Oddly enough, the abusive father, Calvin, and he's partial to Keisha and seemingly indifferent to Alicia. And that's like that in life. It's the oddest thing how, look at life. Think of grammar school and junior high school coming up. This is all a holdover from the slave plantation. That is a component I wish that was in the play. Where does this come from? Some people say, oh, well, bullying started in school. No, before there was a school. I'm going to give you a reference. Howard Zinn's history book on America, 1492 to present. That was required reading for me in college history class, but I would recommend it. It gets right to the point. Don't let the thickness of the book scare you. He did arduous research on America. But in that book, I never forget, when the colonialists came to America, they wrote back to England, to where they came from, how they were stunned, like normalcy, as I guess is relative, if you will, then and now. What's normal to you may not be normal to someone else, but they wrote back astonished how they was like, wow, they treat women nice over here when they came to what's called the Native American, the New Americas, the New Land, they called it, and what they called Native Americans and Indians. You ever wonder why they named the term indigent, indigo, indigenous? In court, indigent means that you're fiat poor. Yet they took everything from what's called the Indians. That's another topic. But in the event, so they wrote back to England, wrote back, and it was quite the doozy to write something, message in a bottle, and get it back to England on the ship and whatever have you. But they did, because they were told to send back reports of what you see. And they said they treat women with respect. They don't hit their children. They don't hit women. It's like they're stupid or something. So to the pale male colonialists, they didn't see that as divine and beautiful in divinity, not beating on women and children and molesting children. See, to the pale males back then, that type of barbaric lifestyle was normal to them. So when they saw that not happening, they thought that the what's called the Native Americans were mentally slow or dumb or stupid. You see where those words come from? English. I digress. English is the youngest language from the youngest race. Per the studies I sat for, again, I'm into Anthony T. Browder, Dr. Ben, Dr. John Herrick Clark, Dr. Jewel Pookrum, Dr. Joy DeGruy. I was in one of her live workshops when she was Dr. Leary, okay? Yeah, so I've been studying for a long time. So what resonates as truth to me, I keep. What doesn't, I discard. You can do the same. I'm not telling you what to do. It's a suggestion. But I digress. But yeah, but my point is, I wish the play had that theme, the origins of abuse. Where does this come from? You know how some people say Greeks introduced homosexuality to the planet. Where does hitting women and babies, where does that derive from? And I repeat again, per my studies, the slave plantation, the colonialists introduced that. Well, yeah, I'm sure you've seen enough slave, and they keep pushing that slave narrative movies to us as another topic. But I'm sure you've seen something that can give you an idea of where the barbaric behavior of grown men with a grown fist hitting a woman. I remember seeing the Odd Couple episode. I love the Odd Couple. Absolutely love it. Not all of them, just the Jack Klugman and Tony Randall version. Where they were in a park, in Central Park, I believe. And they was trying to stage something to see if New Yorkers were mean, because New Yorkers, and I'm a native New Yorker, so it is true, New Yorkers have the reputation of being rude, apathetic, not willing to help, and etc. So they staged a faux scene of Oscar, trying to pretend beat up Miriam, Felix's girlfriend. And it just stuck with me, even as a little girl when I first saw the episode. And Jack Klugman's character, Oscar, he kept saying, I don't know, how do you hit a woman? You can't hit a woman. And just his movements and his motion, I was like, that's manhood. Where it would be even awkward and weird to try to physically get combative with a woman. Now, I know men are listening, may hear this and go, well, there's combative women that hit men first. And I get that. I get that. And it's wrong. Keep your hands to yourself. I have a story about me and that y'all can hear on Patreon. Patreon.com/Wandah with an H 55 when I upload my memoir videos on Patreon. Okay, hold on. About my domestic violence stint in my first marriage, and later on in my late 30s. And that's something. Clean record. I remember the lawyer was talking to me like, why would you wait till your late 30s to get a record? Your record been clean for your whole life. You wait till your late 30s to get... I'm looking at him like, that fool hit me and I went upside his motherfucking head back. What the fuck? Anybody like wake up like, oh, I feel like getting a record today. No, nigga. Yes, I called my lawyer, nigga. No. You act like I chose this shit. He wanted to get it on and popping. That's what the fuck happened, okay? But I said that to say this. They kept repeating something in the precinct that day. You both hit, you both go. I'm like, but I didn't hit first. My shit is self-defense. Did they just take the self-defense shit off the goddamn codes and statute book? What the fuck? It was comical to many people, okay, other than me in that moment. In hindsight, maybe I get a little kiki. But I was pissed. What happened to self-defense? I digress. Anywho. Now, I don't want to give too many spoilers. I wrote Bree was one of the protagonists, and Calvin, her man, is the antagonist. Somebody knocks the doctor's visit. Now the doctor's visits. Well, this is a review. I hope I can't see my tatas. I'm hot and sweaty though. I'm so paranoid. They have technology that you know what I'm saying? You can see a big mom in her boxer, her cute little boxers with the ruffles and tatas. That's not appropriate, especially for a video like this. I'm a review video, but I got it covered. But y'all seen that Snowden movie? Y'all seen it, didn't you? On Showtime? Never mind. Pardon my paranoia. But the sweat is hot. They didn't put back on the air conditioner. I'm hot, y'all. It was cold. Now I'm hot. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Well, that incense smells good. Oh. There you go, Mama. Oh, let me put the fan on. You're not hot. Oh, then I gotta cut the fan on. The AC's on the timer. Cut the fan off on. The AC decided to come on. First it's cold, then it get hot real quick. Gotta find a happy medium with this AC. I'm back, y'all. Tell ya, I'm in my 40s. Not early, not mid, but late. You know, that menopausal thing. Jesus Christ. Anywho, now, the props. I hope no one gets offended. Jeez Louise. I mean no harm. In review build videos, do you just review it or you recap and review? Do you give critique? I don't know. The director's a Virgo. The writer's a Cancer. I'm Astro Mama, y'all. I'm leaning on astrology. Like, should I give critique? I mean no harm. I hope you don't take it as such, y'all, please. Well, maybe the Virgo won't hear it. No, the Capricorn, not Capricorn, the Cancer. No, I want the Cancer to hear it. You know, I feel a kindred connection to y'all. Don't take this offensive, please. Who's the prop person? Who's the prop person? Y'all can make me the prop girl, cause I'm saying we could have went to the surgical supply store if I was the prop person. There's a surgical supply store or thrift shops or something of that or caliber, or hell, somebody working nursing that's in our circle. Girl, can we borrow the white jacket and the stethoscope? I think the doctor should have had on a white jacket and a stethoscope. Now, some doctors do wear their clothing and things of that nature. It was one, my sister, when I went to visit her, her doctor had on a black leather jacket that was the bomb, butter soft. I was all touching it. I said, your jacket is nice. Some walking in, like he came out of his sports car and came in, then he going to reprimand her about her diet. Like, why are you eating that? I'm like, who are you talking to like that? You saw that pilot talk to Tamar? To Wandah, Virgo, she should have spoke up. I'm like, wait, who are you talking to like this? What's the infraction? What is the infraction? Then you're going to tell her how to respond to you? How about she don't respond? I was like, don't say yes, no, or no. Don't respond to his ass the fuck at all. You desire a response. That's the shit. Why not just say your piece and go on back to your motherfucking cockpit? What the fuck? You gonna demand a response and tailor make the response? Tawanda, you should. Tracy Aries, she couldn't have been there. I digress, y'all. Even Tony as a Libra would have been like, wait. You gonna force her to respond to you? And you gonna tailor make the response? Papa, how did I get to the pilot, the cockpit? Pardon me, y'all. How did I go from reviewing and recapping to there's a picture? How did I even get to the Braxton shit? Y'all pardon me. I need my ginkgo biloba. I told you I'm aging. Y'all think it's a game. Motherfucking half a century coming up soon. Wait. Oh, pardon the profanity. I try to let the profanity slip. Y'all can tell I hadn't had domestic violence in my I was married to a Jamaican descent guy for 10 years. I get to him after I review this. I know I didn't want to get too critical because there's a Virgo and Cancer in the mix, but I'm hoping y'all don't take it as please. That doctor should have a white jacket. I would hope y'all could find that for the next showing. And a stethoscope. Can you rent those things? I would Google theater prop rentals or something, or thrift stores, or there got to be a uniform. I know them things are expensive. Child, I know. I went to home attendant school years ago. You had to wear a uniform in the home attendant school. Things were expensive then. But I could imagine the white jacket being there. Oh, my sister's doctor. Now, how did I get to my sister's doctor? The point is he has leather jacket on, but the stethoscope. Some kind of something medical should be on that one who played the doctor. And the nurse, well, she does case social worker. Something else too. More slacks, a button down, something more businessy. Now, when she went to the house to pick them up, fine, she could wear her like casual. And then something on the wall, pictures on the wall. I ain't telling you what to do. This is just review and recap. Just please don't take it. See, I wish I didn't meet y'all in person because now it feels personal, and I don't want it to feel personal. Some pictures on the wall and books. The thrift store got books for 50 cents and $1. I would make it more homey. I would put more books on that bookshelf and whatnot. And I will put pictures of them. Y'all take pictures with your cell phone. But it's expensive to print those out. Walgreens, how much they charge? Like, I will put pictures of the family on the wall. Like a poster. Just, yeah. I don't know. I would make it look more like, because the focus, and this is another thing, an ex told me this to a Capricorn. I know his Capricorn ass. He ain't never hit me though. But I gave him far too much love and loving than the fuck he deserved. But you know, I'll be on my shit on the waning moon, okay? On the waning moon. I surely do. Okay, that's another topic. No offense to him. You know, I still don't even trust that Capricorn bitch. He got the same birthday as R. Kelly. And that motherfucker. It's part of the fantasy. Y'all don't let kids get the kids out the room. It slips out. You know how Ricky Ricardo, the Spanish, slips out? Well, with me, astrology and profanity slips out. I'm trying to work on it. Okay? Leo, please get down. This is my cat. Leo, why are you doing that shit again? What is behind there that you keep doing that shit? You know, cats are psychic, so when he do shit, I be wondering what the fuck. Leo, please, you're scaring me. Get down. All right, y'all. Yeah, but I would make it look more warm. And the mother, Bree's mother, definitely, Big Mama. I'm Big Mama. I ain't just loved it. Loved it. The one that plays Calvin's, never mind. That's T's opinion. Let her do her own review. But I will say this: the one that played T's Calvin's mother, I think that she added too much levity when he had the gun. That scene should have been more, because we shouldn't be kiki. Oh, was that the plan? I don't know. Maybe the Virgo. Y'all look at Power to the Virgo and Shawnee. You see how at the end of each Power episode, Courtney Kemp will give her review. She says she be damned if the public review her shit first. Okay, she's the first up. I believe that's me. Okay, Courtney Kemp for the review. Never mind. You see how Courtney Kemp gives her review first before we reviewers go on and give ours? I'm like, this is a math game. This whole dimension is mathematics. Everything. You know how we know? I got the, first of all, every math teacher I had and told us and shit. We was like, yeah, it's true. Everything can be weighed and measured. Everything, including us, height, weight, even air if air is contained. But air don't like to be contained too long. So it's gas, bombs, burps, farts. But everything else that's tangible can be weighed and measured. That's how you know we're on a mathematical dimension. You know what I'm saying? Matter, atoms. Okay. Now, why did I just say that? I wish I could rewind this shit while I'm doing it. Hold on. Oh, fuck. There was a reason I brought up math. And I was talking about Furious Styles of Boys in the Hood when he said the only thing universal is the math. Oh, fuck. Trust me, y'all ladies, it was germane to the play, but she added levity when she was like, what are you doing with that gun? The audience was kikiing, and I'm sitting there like, are we supposed to be kikiing at this scene? You know, and I hadn't thought about I had wrote a script too. You know, Thelma Louise, I wrote Tamika and Lois, how it's same type of skimmer going around, because I don't want to give away my whole script, but killing pedophiles, that was the fucking movie, okay? And it still is. The script is in the damn shoebox. Well, darn shoebox. What shoebox or something? But my friends was like, Shaitan ain't gonna let no movie come out with motherfuckers that's killing pedophiles. And we know who Shaitan is, okay? In the hood. And I was like, why? It's a good script. No, the hidden powers that shouldn't be, the hidden pale powers that shouldn't be. That's just hood talk now. You know, on the corner, on your square, on the hood, you know, in the cipher. The hidden pale powers that shouldn't be, maybe pro-pedophile, okay? It started on a slave plantation. What's called slave plantation? I call them kidnapped human beings. So they may not green light no Tamika and Lois going around killing pedophiles. But that script is juicy. Okay, hold on. Needless to say, we're in the audience like, is he going to pull a trigger? Oh, I don't want to give away the spoilers. Oh, jeez. Okay, look. That's what I would definitely make the doctor look more doctory. Like some clogs, you know, the rubber Crocs or something. I'm telling you, a thrift store, y'all. Okay, what else I wrote down here? Okay, yeah, the fight scenes, they would look real, definitely real for stage plays. I love the music. I love the music. Beautiful voices out there. Bree's mom. Okay, yeah, I wrote here the scene in the movie Sparkle. Remember when she does Mother Sparkle, the movie 1976, the classic, the first one, not Whitney Houston, the late great beautiful Whitney Houston. Not the you know when people cover something and remake something, why on earth do they keep it dated? I'm not dissing Deborah Chase, no diss. I said this in my review for the Whitney documentary. It's on the channel Wandah Wisdom. Check it out if you want to. But oh, if they could have brought Sparkle up to date. There's people still trying to sing and not trying, they're actually singing if they got that skill and trying to get on. Like I did Claudine over. I know you're like, girl, you got a shoebox of scripts, huh? But I brought it up to date. I made Claudine don't buy it. Not you. Not you, Shawnee, baby, not you. But these videos can get around, okay? Please don't buy it. You gonna buy it? Don't buy it. Mine's is time stamped. Thank you, heavens. Yeah, but I did Claudine over with 50 Cent playing Rupert, him or either Bokeem Woodbine and Tamala Jones. Y'all seen the video, girls, you know, Jay-Z song, girls. Tamala Scorpio. Can't you see her doing Claudine? But modern, you know, bring it up to date. Even something else I brought up to date too. No, the Tammy Terrell movie, that need to be, that's a period piece. That ain't even been done. Why are they waiting to do Tammy Terrell? Okay, yeah, but the mom, when she was giving that advice, you remember when Sparkle's mom told her, you just gonna be in the gutter with him, and she was like, gutter? Yeah, the mom is gold. She is theater gold, jewel, okay? What else I wrote here? I can't even see my own handwriting. I was writing in the dark, y'all, with a red marker. Found... Deceived. I don't know what this. Why? That's something juicy. Man. No, I'm thinking about the Keisha that was on the social media years ago that punched that baby. I'm like, I wonder if that's why they named that child Keisha. But it's like something else I wrote here. Oh, Keishas get bad raps in the hood. Bad raps in the hood, don't they? I know plenty of sweet Keishas. And really, key is the key that locks or unlocks. And Shaw is the breath. Keisha Shaw. Yeah, it's a very, very powerful metaphysical name. Okay, let me see. I can't make it with that right yet. Just the point is, y'all, Saturday or today, because I'm going to upload this now. Today, please spread the word. Go get tickets to see Faceless Shadows. I don't even know how you get them though, because I met them in person, bought mine in person from the producer right there, the radio station. It got to be a way you can probably just go to the school. You probably can get it right there at the box office. The CSK Young Women's Leadership Academy Theater, 1190 Northwest Drive, Northwest Atlanta. Yeah, call them or somehow and try to get tickets. I think everyone should see the stage play. It's going to be great. It is great. I saw it. You're going to love it. But that's what I'm wondering. Is so much comic relief and levity. Is that apropos for a play about domestic violence? I guess the idea is to lift the spirits and bring awareness to this. But I really want to focus on the psychology behind abusing people. Because you know the term pay it forward? That means pay. If someone does something good for you, you turn around and do something good for someone else. You know what I mean? It's nice definitely to give back to those who have done good for you, but pay that goodness forward. We shouldn't pay pain forward. I remember Oprah Winfrey interviewing Monique's brother on her stage, and that just was like, Oprah, you gonna let him sit on the stage next to you? Like a throne adjacent to the king? Oprah, no, Oprah. If you're gonna interview him, can't he be like in the audience and you speak, you know, down to him from your throne on stage, or interview him in a coffee house somewhere, but on your stage? I know what's done is done. What could you do? But good Lord, Oprah, that positioning was to us who have been abused, and you were abused too. But I brought that up to say this, because he was I don't use the term excuse, because I like to use diagnosis, because you want to know the psychology behind these misdeeds. So he kept saying that it happened to me, and you know, explaining why he did that to Monique and whatever have you, and that explanation at that time. But I'll never forget, Oprah looked at him and said, well, it happened to me too, but I never thought to harm any other children. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, she said, it happened to me, but I didn't turn around and do that to someone else. And, you know, just got quiet and things of that nature. But that's true. You know, I didn't pay my pain forward. I don't know, adults looking at a child for any adult act is completely and utterly warped and psychotic. The law is telling you have to be 21 to buy liquor, correct? To legally purchase liquor, you have to be 21. That's a sign that to do an adult act, you need to be an adult and can prove it, all right? At the liquor store, they be like, hey, you have ID? I get carded, and I'm gray. I'm like, will you see these gray hairs? What? Okay. Y'all heard about the blackstrap molasses for gray? Never mind, I digress. Anyway, I'm still doing research on that. But I know going vegan for a while Looked like my hair was reverting back. It just, the body is so mysterious, so amazing. I digress. Yeah, so no, you don't have to pay your pain forward. You don't cure your pain by exacting pain on other people, especially unsuspected and undeserving. You don't, that's not the way to cure your pain. And you run the risk of throat and ascension. I would hope to, like, maybe import more metaphysicality into any stage production about domestic violence. Remember Tupac had that interview, and he talked to rappers who rap about, selling drugs. I'm paraphrasing, but he said if you're going to rap about that, like glorifying it, at least also add lyrics as to why you went that route, to sell poison to your community. What prompted you to go in that direction? And then also include in that same song the possible consequences of continuing on that type of career path, if you will. I digress. I do that too. I'm paraphrasing there, but that's so true. Cause and effect. Put the cause and effect in all that you do, so people can walk away with not only the thought of, oh, I'm not alone in this pain, but with the shape of the world, the imbalances in the world, we know we're not alone, and warped pain like that. But also, like Lauryn Hill is quoted as saying in one of her interviews, I don't want to just study, hate and racism. I want to study the psychology behind those things. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the gold. Even in that DMX song, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get. The music was so good in this play. I'll get to that in a minute. But music placement, I'll get to that in a minute. DMX, I'm slipping, that song, he says to define the meaning of suffering. And even in that, if you look on YouTube, that the Survival of the Fittest tour they did at the Apollo, I probably will put Apollo live with DMX and see if it comes up. It's like an hour-long video, but it's so hype, you won't get bored watching it, trust me. But more so the performances, more so than the performances, check the interview when they interview DMX backstage, and he brings up that same lyric of, try to find the silver lining. That's me saying that part, but define the suffering, study the suffering. What does this mean? As a young Van Zandt is quoted as saying, this need not be, this need not be. So if someone's forcing something that's unnecessary, they're making the unnecessary be present. Study that. Study that. Study that psychology. What is going on in their mind? Some people call it a mental defect. If so, why? Why is a mental defect in effect? Why? What is that? Other ciphers I built in years ago, in the hood. I'm from New York, from Queens by way of Harlem. So you're always outside, and someone was always outside building, especially my coming of age years in the 80s and 90s. But they speak about Yaqub in the Caucasus Mountain, how Yaqub was a melanated man, per the studies I sat for, and he felt, and it's so fitting, it fits their behavior. He felt ousted. He felt like no one was paying him any attention. He felt alone in the crowd. He felt neglected of praise and accolades or whatever it is he felt he deserved. So for revenge, the story has it, he went in a cave with a test tube. Now they have test tube babies now in hospitals. People are like, oh, that's absurd. I think not, because ain't nothing new under the sun, as the saying goes. Okay, this is said for a reason. When I looked at the pyramid specials on Netflix, and they showed the helicopter on the wall, drawn on the wall. Okay, we talking what, BC, AD and BC. So it ain't nothing new under the sun. They try to hide that. They don't want you to see that helicopter on that wall, okay? Yes, and what's called Egypt today was Kemet. Then the Kemetans were definitely melanated beings. All that sun there, a surplus of melanin, okay? But back to Yaqub. So he went in the cave with his test tube and said, I'm going to create a race, a damnable race that would give them hell for treating me this way. Maybe his mind was just like, he going to create a race of people. I think he did this while the it was the age of Aries. I really do believe that. They said Moses was an Aries, and the way he threw that staff on the ground and turned the snakes, and the snake is the Scorpio, and Aries is ruled by Mars, and Pluto rules Scorpio. That's a whole nother topic. But I believe Yakub went into that cave. I believe he was an Aries himself, and he stepped into that cave during the age of Aries. I do. Aries rules the Caucasian race. That's another topic. Aries rules the ego, sports, and males, and the color red. The number 1 is the youngest sign. And per my studies, Caucasians are the youngest race. They've been called warmongers. Aries is the god of war. Aries rules bullying. Aries rules males, okay? Just, it's competitive. It's sports. Mindlessly competitive. Aries rules guns, law enforcement. Study Aries and you'll be like, wow. You'll just get that whole race. You're just like, that's why they act like that. Like if they feel ignored. You're not even, if someone's ignoring you, that means they're consciously not paying you any mind. So that's not, technically, that's not even ignoring you. If someone's not even thinking about you naturally, they just minding their business and going about their day, that's not ignoring you. I digress. That's a whole, check out Aries season. Aries season on the Wandah Wisdom channel on YouTube. Wandah with an H. All right. Wandah, 8 of Wands. My friends used to call me 8 of Wands. They'd be like, why is her name Wandah? What? Orset had many names. Metatron had many names. Erykah Badu has many names. And I know why. And another topic. I think I have a video explaining my names, my namens on here. Anywho, what could I say? Yeah, I talk fast. So I was called the 8 of Wands. This card in the tarot deck. If you're curious, like in Wands, Wandah, never mind. Back to this play. Yeah, so I just would, I'm not telling you what to do, but, you know, this is feedback. Okay, when you present something to the public, not just you, Shawnee, anyone who presents anything to the public, artistic, your wares, products, when you present something to the public, public feedback is inevitable. It just is. And, yeah, the stage is 10th house. You can Google 10th house in astrology, what that means. That's Capricorn's house. But what's going on the stage once the performers are expressing themselves on stage, that's Leo. So the audience is the opposite of those signs. The audience is an Aquarius Cancerian frequency. Per the studies I sat for. Okay, now, hold on, y'all. It's still hot. What is wrong with that AC? I don't know. It's going off it on intermittently. All right. I did write notes, but again, I was in the dark with a red pen. He beat her pregnant and said, lick his boot. Oh, God knows. I don't know why the Malcolm X scene in the movie Malcolm X that Spike Lee did when he told that chick to kiss his foot. And then my thoughts parlayed right on it. Part of my cotton candy wonderland of cerebellum, cerebral kookiness at times. It's harmless. It's yachty. Okay, now, but yeah, my mind went right into Cameron's song. He used to get it in Ohio when he quoted Malcolm X saying that. Don't ask why. That's how it went down in the theater. Okay, but why would I want to include that in the recap? I guess just that level of abuse. But the why? See, I like the black box. I started a treatment for one woman. Speaking of Malcolm X, that movie, y'all remember the light-skinned guy in that movie? I gotta look up that actor's name. The one that Malcolm X character played Russian roulette. Well, Malcolm X played Russian roulette with in the Spike Lee movie, the light-skinned guy. He has a stage play that's a black box. Only him on stage. That's it. Totally inspired me. The whole stage is black. The whole audience is black. I think he has a glass of cognac and a cigar or a cigarette, and he's just talking. That is the shit. I said, I'm going to do that. With my book, I wrote my memoirs, and I'm raising the funds now on Patreon to get it published. Until then, you can get audio books of my memoir on Patreon. Pledge for $2 a month. Yeah. Wandah, 55. Patreon. But yeah, yeah, Shawnee, let's do it. Because I like that space. I'm like, I'll do my black box one woman show. Because, and I think Whoopi Goldberg has a one woman stage performance. One night only. I'll only have the guts to do it once. Listen, take off and they want me, but that's a lot. You know how much energy that would take? And I'm all in black like a ninja suit. Yeah, but I would want like the one woman show blackened, and maybe often you got to hire actors. See, one woman is just me, is it? You know what I'm saying? Because you got to raise funds for a stage production. But I would just you know, you have the thought box, you know, the animation 3D, and you see, you know, yourself as a little kid in the 2nd grade, and the Wiz tickets. If you're on my Patreon, you'll know what happened with the Wizard of Oz with Stephanie Mills in the 70s. That was the first hurt. I love you, Mommy. I do. You probably like, the Wiz tickets, what's going on? I probably said it on other videos. You know, I gotta go through my channel, because people gonna go to Patreon. I'm like, girl, we can listen right here on the channel here for free. You ain't got to pay the $2. I gotta go through my videos, because I probably done told that Wiz story. But any event, yeah, one woman show for one night only. I'd be too scared to do it twice, but I probably want to do it when my book is published. Shawnee, girl, we gotta talk, because I know she can help me. She can facilitate this motion for me. It'll be fiat, Mama. We're gonna get the fiat. Okay. No, his kids around. Oh, he wants his kids around his mom, Lily. Why did I write that one down? Control, just the control. Oh, because Lily used to hate him. Yes. So yeah. Get back at the guy was like, you have one mama. There I thought of oh, this is beautiful artwork here. Oh, Shawnee, it's a photo credit. I know, it's beautiful in the book, in the back of the book. I thought of a Phil Donahue episode with that, where the guy on stage kept saying, my mother this, my mother that, and some Caribbean lady with a Caribbean accent stood up in that audience. You say your mother, her, calling your mother her, like she's insignificant. You only get one. You only get one mother. And that came rushing back when that was said in this stage play. They played Deborah Cox, No One's Supposed to Be Here. But I was like, that's such a loving song, y'all. I'm like, I don't know, because the guy, well, you'll see who he is when you see the play. He was being a jerk to her. I'm like, no, I love the song. Get in Deborah Cox all day, but I think Khalees there. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right. And then Donny Hathaway, they play. I cried like a baby. I always cry when I hear that song. Donny, blessings be upon your spirit. But yeah, the Deborah Cox, I love it. When the guy said, oh, lightning, that was funny. The janitor was funny, Leroy, but you don't want to like Leroy later on. You'll see why. Then there was this angelic singing, absolutely beautiful voice from her. Yeah, Celeste was hot, and she was a hot pants mess, a hot mess, a hot ass mess, hot pants. Something I wrote here. Mary J. Blige, that music was dope too. I can't make out my writing here. Anyway, love it. Please Google Faceless Shadows, Shawnee Sanders. Find your tickets. Get there. You'll love it. I spoke to pictures on. I wrote that pictures on the wall. Make it more warm and believable as a home. I did like how the props. Okay, especially books, pictures. I would go to Dollar Tree and get a vase with flowers. You know, just more warmth, because there's happy moments. Oh, that's what I thought about my ex, the Capricorn, born on Elvis and R. Kelly's birthday. Noble Drew Ali, that birthday too, and one of my former teachers. Shout out to Sister Elmira. So it's a beautiful birthday. Okay, they have the old dates are beautiful. You look at them, the high side, but he said to me years ago, you know, when people used to talk about domestic violence, why they always talk about the bad parts? I'm sure it wasn't bad all the time. There was some happy moments in between. And I'm looking at him like, what are you saying that for? Out of nowhere. Would you hit a woman before? Negro? What are you bringing that up for? Boy. But in any event, let's go back to 03, that boyfriend. But I thought of him sitting there because I was saying in my mind, the walls could reflect the happier times. Like when she first met him. If that makes sense. Like if there were ever any type of times when the girls were babies and, you know, just warm pictures that could try to, because you want to focus on, well, what made her stay all that long? You know what I mean? And the stage play is based on the life of the murderer. Y'all, who's listening to this. Which is completely and utterly, incredibly generous of the author. Incredibly, because you would think the instant reflex would be to make a stage play about her sister. You know what I mean? in her memory, in her honor, she was the innocence in all of this, you know. But the stage play is about the murderer's life, if you will, and what made her snap or go that way, even though they didn't take it there to that type of end, that type of gruesome end, if you will. From what I gather, from what was said in the audience sitting around me, I haven't read the book again yet to give you feedback from the book. I'm looking forward to reading it. Really looking forward to it. I told you, to the point of putting Dame Dash book down temporarily, and I can read this. But that's all the notes. I'm looking over my notes. I think that's it. Everything else is illegible. I can't. It's my handwriting. I can't make out what I meant at this. At these doodlings I wrote. I have no idea. But I think I gave you a general gist. I didn't want to put too many spoilers in here to begin with. If you have best friends that are like Celeste, please reevaluate your friendship roster. The elders back in my day used to be like, keep women out your house anyway. If you married, you have girlfriends over when you're single. You have a Sex in the City bachelorette pad. That's when you chill with girlfriends. If you have a man, husband, boyfriend, a live-in mate, I was told by the elders, old school, keep women out your house. Matter of fact, keep your house traffic-free, period, when you have a family. If you have people over, it should be a planned function, like invite someone out, something like that. Pardon me, I get parched talking sometimes. Maybe outdoor barbecue. You know, it's planned. Keep the guests in a designated area. No one should have carte blanche in your house like that. No how, and you're married. Yeah, that's what was told to me. Okay, after intermission, Bree and Celeste talked there about the fight. They both were in black and red, Alegba colors. I said, interesting. That's the messenger. I don't want to give away too much again. I think that's it. Yeah, those are the notes I took. Please, again, I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. To the point I can't wait to start the book. Like, you know, you just want more. Well, let me go ahead and read the book. And check out that Wandah D. Hollis talk show. The radio show is Sirius. It's changed now. Is it Sirius Radio? Oh, don't quote me, y'all. Status Radio, Status Network Radio, something like that. If you Google Wandah D. Hollis, you can check out the show from last Sunday, and you can hear Shawnee Sanders herself speak about her book until I'm able to review it. But yeah, it's the letters. Yeah, it's the letters transcribed. In that radio interview, she said there's a 10-page one that didn't even make the book. Could you imagine if she did an addendum to this book and added it? It must be extremely profound. But again, I commend her for her bravery and courage, and even communicating with someone who did that. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Did that, because I don't think I would have the courage. I won't harbor hate because I don't have the spiritual energy to do that. Not for long. I don't have the vessel to hold and carry and harness hate for too long. I'm just not wired that way. But I would definitely be distant and apathetic to anyone who did that type of thing to my. I wouldn't want to communicate with them. Is my point. So to have the courage and the resilience to do that, hats off to you, Miss Sanders. Yeah. I'm so glad she wrote a book. I am. Psychologists will probably want to study the book too. Because, wow. Oprah interviewed someone else on a show years ago, I forget what year. And the brother, I don't know, was on that same show with the other sisters of the group called Moms, an acronym Moms. I'm not even sure of that. I would hope that organization, because it's like mothers that all come together and support and love on each other, you know, because they have that one, you know, horrible commonality, if you will. But there was a older man, I don't know if he was a father or grandfather, but he cried and he said that he gave love to the person that took his son away. And Oprah even said from the audience, you know how she used to stay in the aisle of the audience with her mic, and said, wow, you could say you love someone that did that? Even Oprah was astonished. So again, hats off. Because I forgive, but, you know, some people want to tailor-make your forgiveness. Well, if you really forgive, you would do A, B, C, and D. No, that's not true. Not per the psychology classes I went to. No, that's not true. The forgiveness is in my heart. I don't have to have dinner with them or sit and talk to them. And no, because you say so? No, no, no. The forgiveness is in my heart. I let it go. I release any type of contempt or grudge. That's, for me, that's forgiveness. Parting ways with that type of feeling, that emotion. Anyway, that's it, y'all. Please, please. August 11th, 2018. I think it's 6 p.m. I believe. I don't have a Saturday ticket, of course, but this hour's doors open at 6 p.m. I'm assuming it may be the same time, but please reach out to Faceless Shadows is the play. The book is Letters of Forgiveness. Reach out to Shawnee Sanders on your social media to figure out how to get tickets. I believe it's Eventbrite. You may be able to Eventbrite and type in Faceless Shadows, but find that ticket and get there. Spread the word, Atlanta. Okay, if you're in the Atlanta area. Okay, I'm going to post this video so I can do my part and spread the word too. All right, peace. And thanks for staying. If you made it to the end, hit like, subscribe. Peace.